Have been reacting to Trump's comments all weekend long, and today John McCain finally spoke out.
Senator John McCain says Donald Trump owes an apology not to him but to other prisoners of war.
When Mr. Trump said that he prefers to be with people who are not captured, well, the great honor of my life was to serve in the company of heroes.
Trump was in the company of nearly 3,000 Iowan Christian conservatives when he took the swipe at McCain in Ames.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate
The Donald may now be less likely to capture the voters.
Never wants to go back on anything or admit that he could have been possibly wrong. And I think that would be a problem for someone that had their finger on the button.
Even those in his own party firing back. Mary Kramer was an ambassador in the Bush administration.
I think it is particularly unseemly for a person who chose to take deferment to make that kind of criticism. I find that unseemly. I find it hypocritical. I find it uniquely unpresidential.
Some say it could be the beginning of a third-party candidacy.
As he says himself, he's very rich, and he can do whatever he wants as an independent candidate.
The danger for Republicans, of course, is if Trump decides to be so angry with them that he decides to run as a third-party candidate. Trump has the capacity still to make mischief for Republicans, even if he will not be the ultimate nominee.
Now, I was there when Trump made that comment in Ames, and it didn't seem to affect those in the audience who like him. A new Monmouth College survey just out today shows Trump is still in second place behind Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, 22 to 13%, and part of that polling took place the day after he spoke. Live in the studio, Cynthia Fodor, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Well, we have another hot